right, good morning. Welcome to Good Day LA. It's 8 o'clock. I'm Jen Lomhurst.
I'm Bob DeCastro. It's Monday. Thanks for being with us. Coming up this hour, we'll explain the plan at LAX that will make your rideshare trips more expensive. Also, we've got the cheapest places in LA to find gas.
First, though, let's get to Samada for a check on this forecast. Good morning.
Oh, good morning, Jen, Bob. Here's a look at the breakdown. Our headlines a lot better than where it was. Temperatures are going to relax because the winds are relaxing. You can see the flow of air still going offshore, but at least the wind alerts have lifted. Our heat advisories have lifted as well. Current temperatures about 49 degrees in Santa Clarita, 59 degrees in Santa Ana under mostly clear conditions even at this hour. But eventually, we've got numbers getting hotter once again the later part of this week. So enjoy the next couple of days as we get a little bit of a break from these significant temperatures. 74 degrees and sunny, pleasant conditions even for our mountain communities, and we remain dry. Numbers, as I mentioned, will get hotter. A closer look at the 7-day forecast coming up. Meantime, we're going to send it over to Stu with a look at traffic. Good morning, Stu.
Hey, good morning, Samada. Everybody survived that time change. I know I barely made it. Let's take a look at that drive. 405 looking good. Did those words come out of my mouth on a Monday? Well, this portion of the 405 definitely looking good as we're swooping in there in the West LA area, north or southbound, coming away from the Sepulveda Pass. Yeah, it's slow and go on the pass, but after that, it does look really good all the way to the 10 and maybe even beyond. Northbound, kind of the same deal. West LA 405, definitely getting a thumbs up today. If that's your ride, you got it made. Sending it back to you all in the studio. Good morning.
All right, Stu, thank you. We have some breaking news now. We're learning more this morning about it. The suspect arrested after a shooting outside singer Rihanna's Beverly Crest mansion.
Gigi Graciette is live there at outside the home with more on this. Gigi.
That's right, Bob and Jen. The LAPD has identified the woman accused of shooting up the outside of Rihanna and A$AP Rocky's Los Angeles home yesterday afternoon as 35-year-old Ivana Lisette Ortiz. She is behind bars this morning, being charged with attempted murder. Her bail set at $10,225,000. Now, this morning, we're outside the Beverly Crest home, just off of Coldwater Canyon, and you can see the white gate to the property, and you see that white tape there. That is actually covering up 5 bullet holes, and those were just some of the gunfire, some of the shots fired here yesterday afternoon. Now take a look at the video.
A white Tesla, if you went down Coldwater, 10 gunshots fired from the vehicle at the gate code 3. It's an
The shooting happening in broad daylight around 1:20 Sunday afternoon in the normally quiet Beverly Crest neighborhood. People who heard the shooting told police it was a barrage of bullets, some hitting the front gate as you saw there, others reportedly making their way to the entrance of the home behind the gate, but thankfully no one was injured. Now, witnesses were able to check their security cameras and described the shooter as a blonde woman with her hair in braids in a white Tesla with paper plates, last seen heading northbound on Coldwater Canyon. LAPD's air unit quickly spotting the car and following it all the way to the Sherman Oaks Galleria on Sepulveda and Ventura Boulevard, where she turned into the parking area, and that's where police took her into custody. They say they found inside the Tesla an assault-style rifle they believe was used in the shooting. And again, that suspect now identified as Ivana Lisette Ortiz. She's 35 years old. What is her connection to the singers? If any, we don't know. Police aren't saying, but she has been booked for attempted murder. Yesterday, we spoke to some of the neighbors here who heard the gunfire.
It was really loud, and everything echoes in this valley, so you can hear everything. A shot, it's not something you expect.
My first thought was, really? Because, again, given the neighborhood, you don't usually expect for there to be drive-by shootings in a place like this, but they're everywhere now.
You can only imagine nerves were extremely rattled. We understand from officials that Rihanna was home at the time of the shooting. Unclear if ASAP Rocky and their 3 small children were here. Bringing it back here live. We're not going to show you, but there is a heavy security presence, private security working for Rihanna and ASAP Rocky up and down this block. Unclear if they were here yesterday. We do not believe they were outside the home yesterday. Obviously, Rihanna has had her run-in with stalkers. One of her homes in the Hollywood Hills was burglarized. But again, if you're just joining us here on Good Day LA, the LAPD has now identified the shooting suspect as Ivana Lisette Ortiz. She's 35 years old. She'll be 36 in June. She's been booked for attempted murder. Her bail set over $10 million. Reporting live in Beverly Crest area, I'm Gigi Graciette. I'll send it back to you.
All right, Gigi, thank you for that update. Let's get to the latest developments from the war in the Middle East.
There's a new supreme leader in Iran. Top cleric selected Mojtaba Khamenei, the son of the previous leader, Ali Khamenei, who was killed during the first week of Operation Epic Fury. Meantime, Israeli forces are stepping up their campaign in Lebanon against Iranian-backed Hezbollah. Fighter jets are bombarding the southern outskirts of Beirut as Israeli forces on the ground advance in southern Lebanon. A ballistic missile launched from Iran entering Turkish airspace was shot down by NATO defenses. And we've learned of the 7th American service member to be killed in the war. The attack happened last week in Saudi Arabia.
In the meantime, I want to give you a live look at the big board. Wall Street reacting to the latest news from the Middle East. It was down more than 700 points at one point this morning, and you've seen at this hour they've erased some of those losses. The down 448 points to 47,057. We'll keep an eye on those numbers there.
Meantime, let's take a closer look at how the conflict is spiking gas prices. According to AAA, the state average is $5.20 a gallon for regular unleaded. The LA metro area drivers are paying more than that at $5.25 a gallon. Orange County gas is $5.24. San Bernardino is $5.14. And drivers in Ventura are paying $5.19 for regular.
We want to show you the 5 cheapest places for gas right now in the Los Angeles area. This is according to AAA. AM/PM on North Broadway has the cheapest price with $4.49 for regular, followed by Speedway Express. That's also on North Broadway at $4.79. Sinclair on South Alameda is $4.80. The 7-Eleven on East Slauson, $4.85. Rounding out the top 5 is Adams Fuel on South Normandy Avenue. That is $4.89.
Meanwhile, the bodies of 6 American service members killed by an Iranian drone strike in Kuwait are now back home. The president and vice president saluted the flag-draped caskets during the dignified transfer ceremony at Dover Air Force Base in Delaware. President Trump called them great heroes and said their deaths are a very sad situation.
The partial government shutdown is in its 4th week, and like we saw during last shutdown last fall, it's starting to hit travelers. Long security lines were seen across major hubs like Houston, New Orleans, and Atlanta, with wait times stretching up to 3 hours, leading to missed flights and travel delays. At issue, staffing shortages brought on by workers calling out since they're not getting paid amid the shutdown.
Houston, Atlanta passengers, how many delays is it? How many flight attendants are being impacted by this because of their flights either being delayed or being canceled out? That means they're not getting paid. If you're not sitting behind the controls as a pilot, you're not getting the paycheck.
The Trump administration and the Department of Homeland Security are pointing fingers at Democrats, saying this is a result of their refusal to fund DHS.
All right, 8:08 still ahead. Getting to the airport could soon be more expensive. We have the new proposal that would double rideshare fees at LAX.
Also, did you see this? A photo finish. We have the incredible come-from-behind last-second LA Marathon win. First, let's get to Stu with a check on the morning commute. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Bob. Good morning, everybody. The Skyfox traffic brought to us by My Home Sold. Look at that, an Impala, Look at that, and it's a convertible. Why don't you have your top down? It's such a beautiful day. Where is all this happening? It's happening on the 101, and the reason why I got to see that car so well, because it is very slow and go. If you're headed east, north, or southbound on that 101 freeway through the Encino area, basically from the 405 all the way out to the west by Calabasas, give yourself extra time. It is just loading up this morning. you're not even going to hit freeway speeds in either direction, so keep that one in mind. Let's take a look at some traffic hotspots.
Hello, I'm Adrian Hernandez with MyHomeSold.com, and we want to buy your house cash. We'll give you a cash offer for your house today. Sell your house the easy way with no commissions, no fees, no repairs. For free, no obligation cash offer. Go to MyHomeSold.com.
A look at some of our top stories this morning. A street takeover turned violent in downtown LA Sunday morning. Police say a person was stabbed in the hand. The suspect left and then came back and smashed windows to an apartment complex. The group went inside and vandalized the lobby.
Ontario police have arrested a Rancho Cucamonga man after an attempted kidnapping. Investigators allege 29-year-old Israel Carrizales pulled up alongside a woman who was walking alone on Friday night, got out and tried to drag her into his car. A witness stepped in and the suspect took off. He was eventually caught in Rancho Cucamonga. Detectives believe there may be more victims.
California State Bakersfield assistant basketball coach Kevin Mays was moonlighting as a pimp in 4 separate states, according to law enforcement. ESPN reports that a tipster emailed the basketball head coach, Rod Barnes, identifying a woman Mays allegedly trafficked for an extended period of time. That led to an investigation, and Mays is now being held without bond on nearly a dozen criminal charges.
All right, getting to the airports could soon cost a lot more. The LA Board of Airport Commissioners commissioners is meeting to discuss a proposal that would raise rideshare fees for services like Uber and Lyft at LAX. The plan would introduce a $6 base access fee for commercial vehicles entering LAX, with another $6 charge for pickups or drop-offs at terminal curbs. That could bring the total to $12 additionally per trip, which is a 140% increase from current fees. Airport leaders say the change could help manage congestion and fund major upgrades, including the airport's long-awaited automated people mover.
The company behind the viral Labubu dolls expanding here in Southern California. Pop Mart is opening a 22,000 square foot U.S. headquarters in Culver City. The brand, known for its hugely popular blind box collectibles, where fans don't know which figure they'll get until they opened it. The Labubu craze started worldwide after Blackpink member Lisa wore one of a keychain on her bag in April of 2024. And the toys may soon be getting even bigger, with Sony Pictures securing film rights to the characters.
The 2026 Los Angeles Marathon ends with dramatic photo finish. Kenyan Michael Kamau led for most of Sunday's marathon, but with the finish line in sight, American Nathan Martin turned on the jets and chased him down, breaking the tape first. Race officials say Martin's margin of victory was less than 1 second. In all, about 27,000 runners of all shapes, sizes, and skill levels hit the streets of L.A. The course stretched 26.2 miles from Dodger Stadium to Century City.
I am from Guatemala, and actually I run for my family and my father that got passed like 30 years ago. So I feel proud of him, and I want to show and demonstrate that everything is possible.
Marathon number 10 for LA. I'm running for the country, both countries.
How do you feel?
Just stick to it. Just keep going. It's going to suck. It's definitely going to suck, but keep going.
That's right. Because of higher than usual temperatures, organizers actually announced runners only needed to complete 18 miles of the course to receive a finisher's medal.
That's my favorite quote of the day. It's gonna suck.
Yeah. I mean, you know that going in. It was hot.
The heat.
You're going 26 miles.
Yeah, the heat definitely did not make it any better for them. But congratulations to all those who participated. Temperatures, they ended up in Santa Monica, and numbers were 90 degrees, all courtesy of the offshore winds. Newport Beach reached a new record high of 89 degrees that beat the old record of 82 that was set back in 2004. And temperatures at the beach, I know a lot of folks headed out to our beach communities to cool off, but the beach was even hotter than the desert. Palm Springs only a high of 88 degrees, and this is why what the Santa Ana winds brings us. As the winds go through Arkansas passes due to compressional heating, it heats up all the way down to the coast. But I've got good news. A quick simmer. We're simmering down today, tomorrow. Temperatures will be in the 70s, a gorgeous afternoon. But just like that, we're going to be on our way up again. Hot temperatures return Thursday and Friday, anticipated to be our two hottest days of the week. And even this weekend, we'll be looking at the range of 80s and perhaps even low 90s, and no rain in the current forecast for at least this next extended period. Temperatures yesterday in the downtown LA area, 89 degrees. It was a hot one, 20 degrees above normal. Today, we're going to come down to 72, and that's just a few degrees above average. Now, after daylight saving, sunrise is 7:11, and you have much of the evening to enjoy a little bit more sunlight. Sunset isn't until just before 7 p.m. What was going on in the upper levels of the atmosphere? We had pointed this out on Friday. Backside of this area of low pressure, with the help of an area of high pressure that was building in, gave us those really strong winds. If you remember Saturday, it was gusty. We had those high wind warnings and wind advisories, and we even added a heat advisory the last couple days. But now things are going to back down as this area of low pressure, we lose that upper level support, and high pressure will again continue to amplify and build in, and it's just going to meander right over the Pacific, giving us the offshore trend, deflecting storms to the north of us. So areas of Portland and Seattle will continue to see rain and even high elevation mountain snow. Meanwhile, Southern California and much of the state will be dry. Here's the breakdown of the 7-day forecast. So at the coast, we've got 68 degrees, more sunshine, and there's that boost in temperatures, another potential heat wave on the way, especially when we're dealing with another round of perhaps 20 degrees above normal. Today, 70s, a good looking afternoon tomorrow, and then a gradual bump Temperatures set to soar for valleys at 90s. Back again right around the corner. Enjoy today and tomorrow. Stick with us. We'll be right back with much more.
All right, so whether you know where you're going for spring break or maybe you're still deciding on this, experts say there's plenty of things people can be doing before a trip to make sure they can have fun on a budget. So industry experts say you shouldn't wait any longer to start comparing deals on flights. They recommend to start looking at websites like Kayak that will give you predictions as to whether the airfares for the destination that you're interested in are likely to go up, go down, or remain the same. They also advise scouting out any special discounts being offered by hotels and resorts.
People are still spending money on travel, but they're really going to be focused on value. In general, the hotels, the resorts, they've really had to try to control their increases in price because the overwhelming majority of consumers are very price conscious right now. Fly midweek, you're going to get better pricing. If you can go to a destination where March is their shoulder season, you're going to get better pricing. If you go to secondary markets, don't go to the most popular cities.
Meantime, when browsing online for different prices on hotels, don't be afraid to contact the front desk directly to try to get a better deal.
I just did that yesterday.
Yeah?
Yeah, and they said, what's the price they're quoting you? And I told them, and they said, okay, we'll give you 10% off that.
Right, you have to make the effort.
Yeah. Plus,
and a lot of people just don't do that.
Yeah. Plus, they were able to tell me like which room was better. They're like, or,
right.
And then you know you make nice with them, and they're like, you know what, I want to put you in a nice room. You know what I mean? So.
Or sometimes they'll tell you it's better, and it's really not.
Right. Well. Then there's that. Okay, ready for a home entertainment comeback who no one saw coming, right? VHS tapes. Most of the classic video stores are gone, but apparently many Gen Z and millennial adults are searching for tapes of their favorite movies. Collectors are calling themselves tape heads, and they're searching wherever they can find them, thrift stores, specialty shops, and of course, online. Collectors say it's being driven by a desire for physical media, nostalgia, and a more authentic feel. Please, people, do not forget. Be kind and rewind.
I remember the way those tapes smelled.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that?
I remember how
like
the way a
plasticky,
Blockbuster smelled.
It felt hot. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Blockbuster where you would always like run into your teacher in their off hours. Mm-hmm. It was very strange.
And immediately the first thing you do is you walk in and you look to see what people returned to see if there's any good movies in there.
Yeah, I would always look in the adult section to see who was perusing.
Oh, yeah.
Little dirty birdies. Anyway, go on.
We have an update to a burning question about the pet supply store PetSmart and whether it's PetSmart or PetSmart.
Okay, so singer-comedian Ben Lapidus created a hard-rocking music video demanding an answer. It went viral. He was actually on our show to talk about it. And Sunday afternoon, he held a rally for supporters of his cause outside of a PetSmart store in Sherman Oaks. Here's a look at the original video.
Is it PetSmart or PetSmart? Are you saying that pets are smart, or are you saying you're a mark for pets? Which one is it? It can't be all. Is it PetSmart?
Or
PetSmart.
That's hilarious.
Not only was his event full of big energy, there are also some big names there, too. John Legend and Chrissy Teigen popped by. Chrissy even took the mic to help fire up the crowd.
Hilarious.
They're animal lovers. PetSmart says the name originated as PetSmart, but is now one word, PetSmart, like smart for pets.
I always thought it was PetSmart.
Yeah.
But now it's PetSmart.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Still ahead. Hi, Coco. Celebrating an early Easter in Orange County.
Hi.
Hi, that's right. We are at Irvine Park Railroad. We're talking about this year's Easter egg extravaganza. The kids are excited for an Easter egg hunt with the Easter Bunny. We'll take you here live coming up.
Sometimes the show gets in the way of good tea, you know?
Right. I'll tell you later.
Yeah.
Good morning. Welcome to Good Day LA at 8:30. I'm Bobby Castro.
And I'm Jen Lumbers. Yes, thanks for joining us. All right, should we get over to Samada now? Check on this hot forecast. It was really nice this weekend.
Yes, if you like the heat, it certainly was your cup of tea. But we are looking at much better weather conditions today. The strong winds that we got on Saturday and Sunday have backed off significantly. And with the winds diminishing, we're also lowering the heat. Temperatures today not going to be as hot. It's going to be about 72 degrees, so expect a really beautiful afternoon. The valleys, the IE, we could see highs today at 74 degrees. That's it, instead of the 80s and 90s that were pouring across Southern California yesterday. But we are going to keep the sunshine as well. We've got numbers, 57 degrees for mountain communities, high deserts, 72 and dry. Meanwhile, lower deserts, 79 degrees with pleasant conditions. So enjoy the next couple of days because we do get a little bit of a break in between the heat. Going into as early as Wednesday, you'll start to notice things get a little warmer. And by Thursday and Friday, we get downright hot again. I'll show you how hot we get coming up. In the meantime, we've got you covered traffic-wise. And with traffic conditions, we do have, unfortunately, this issue, an overturned vehicle off to the side, westbound side of the 134 at Figueroa Street. We've got emergency crews on scene and 2 lanes still blocked off. Speeds down to 9 miles an hour. Signal alert still in effect for at least another hour as crews work to get that vehicle out of the way there for you. Real-time traffic through the downtown LA area. It continues to be a struggle on this Monday morning. I know daylight saving was yesterday. Make sure you stay awake. Leaving downtown to get to the west side. Again, tough. 32 minutes northbound 110 from the 405. So not too bad. Here's a look at the 91 in La Palma, both directions. At least to the westbound side, a little heavier, but eastbound side doing pretty good at this hour. Send back over to you two.
All right, Samada, thank you. So we have some breaking news to tell you about right now. The Justice Department has reportedly reached a settlement with Ticketmaster and its parent company, Live Nation, in its big antitrust case. The government has accused the company of running an illegal monopoly over live events. Live Nation has reportedly agreed to pay $280 million in civil penalties. It will also be required to open parts of its technology platform to competitors, allowing third-party resellers like StubHub or Eventbrite to list tickets directly through its system.
All right, now to the war in the Middle East, where a major leadership change is happening in Iran amid an emotional return for 6 U.S. soldiers killed in the fighting.
Brooke is tracking the developments this morning. Good morning.
Hey there. Yeah, it really is a sobering reminder of the cost of war. The president and other U.S. leaders saluted as the remains of those 6 service members were carried off an Air Force transport plane this weekend. The dignified transfer is considered one of the most somber duties of any commander-in-chief. Trump called this a very sad day and honored the families of those lost as, quote, great people, great parents, wives, family. He said the parents were so proud. Both Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance were present for the transfer, as were their spouses. Earlier this morning at the U.S. hostage and wrongful detainee flag-raising ceremony, Secretary of State Marco Rubio honored the soldiers.
I think we would all take a moment both to offer our thoughts, our prayers, and our condolences, and to honor the families of those who have fallen, the 7 Americans who have lost their lives in the initial hours of this operation. Incredibly brave Americans, and you saw 6 of them dignified return over the weekend, and we all are in awe of their service, of their bravery, of their courage, and our hearts and our support extend out to their families in this very difficult moment, and the families of these incredible heroes.
Taking a look at recent headlines now, Turkey says a second Iranian missile fired into its airspace and was shot down by NATO defense systems. Some debris landed in southern Turkey, but no one was hurt. If Turkey were attacked directly, it could trigger NATO response and potentially pull more countries into the conflict. At the same time, Israel says it has launched a new wave of large-scale strikes inside Iran. Targets include missile launch sites, weapons facilities, and military headquarters in cities like Tehran. It's also expanding operations in southern Lebanon against Hezbollah, the terrorist group backed by Iran. Politically, Iran has chosen a new leader, Mohammad Khamenei. He is the 56-year-old son of the recently killed supreme leader. He was appointed yesterday. President Trump said the new leader is, quote, not going to last long, and it's previously called him a lightweight. Israel's military announced Sunday that 2 Israeli soldiers had been killed in southern Lebanon. This would be the first casualties in the Israeli army since the war began.
And the 7th service member announced this morning had been killed. So sad, as you said, sobering when you think about
For sure, yeah.
the cost of war.
There's so much more going on at the same time, so many new developments, and that immediately takes you right back to.
It sure does. Thank you, Brooke. Okay, so a top executive at a San Francisco-based OpenAI is stepping down over the company's military deal with the Department of Defense. Caitlin Kalinowski, the head of OpenAI's robotics team, announced her resignation on X. This comes after last month's deal allowing the company's advanced AI systems in classified networks within the U.S. military. Amid public protests over the move, the company revised its contract with the Defense Department, adding so-called red lines that prohibit the use of OpenAI tech for high-stakes automated decisions. Kalinowski raised concerns that the announcement was rushed without defining safeguards tied to government use. In a social media post, she says, in part, quote, AI has an important role in national security, but surveillance of Americans without judicial oversight and lethal autonomy without human authorization are lines that deserved more deliberation than they got. This was about principle.
Hollywood labor talks are making progress. SAG-AFTRA and major studios will keep negotiating next week, aiming for a new contract. Talks began in February, months ahead of the union's June 30 contract deadline. Key issues include artificial intelligence, streaming, residuals, and health funding. Both sides are under a media blackout, but say extending talks shows hope for a deal. If no agreement is reached soon, discussions may pause until June. Meantime, the Writers Guild and Directors Guild face similar challenges, with contracts expiring in May.
YouTube could soon make it easier to share videos with friends without ever having to leave the app. The company is testing a direct messaging feature that lets users send private messages and videos inside YouTube to compete with apps like Instagram and TikTok. YouTube tried messaging years ago, but shut it down. For now, the test is happening in over 24 countries in Europe. No word on if it's being brought to the U.S.
So Easter is still weeks away, but it's not too early to start celebrating.
Yeah, we have Coco live in Orange at the Easter Egg Extravaganza. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey there, Easter may seem far away, but it'll be here before you know it. And we're celebrating early here at Irvine Park Railroad with their annual Easter Egg Extravaganza. I am here with Devin now, the media manager. So what's going on here right now?
Yes, we are about to start our very first Easter egg hunt of the day. And it's just so fun having all the kids out here for the springtime activities.
So I know this is very popular for the kids.
Yes.
Tell us about what else the Easter Egg Extravaganza has to offer.
Yeah, so the Easter egg hunt is definitely our most popular activity. We welcome ages 2 to 12 for this one. They operate every 20 minutes, every single day. And so aside from the Easter egg hunt, of course, you can take photos with the Easter Bunny. We have all the carnival games, and every kid's a winner for a special prize for those. We have mini diggers, which are like mini construction excavators that are so fun. We have hay rides, and of course, our classic train ride.
Yes. And what is it like this time of year here at Irvine Park Railroad?
Yeah, I mean, the park is just so beautiful this time of year. We have all the green hills, and so coming outdoors and enjoying, you know, the outdoors with your family is so special, and the springtime activities are really unique.
And I know you recommend weekdays.
Yes, Monday through Friday is the best time to come. Our seasoned visitors know that coming earlier in the event and coming Monday through Friday, they have that better experience and can really enjoy the event.
Well, perfect. Thank you so much, Devin, for talking to us.
Of course.
Easter Extravaganza is, of course, underway. It's going to run through April 4th, so you do have time to kind of plan it out to make sure you can come here with your kids and really soak it all in. Again, open Monday through Friday, starting at 10 until 6, and then weekends it opens at 8 o'clock until 6 o'clock, and it's recommended to get here at 8 for the best experience because it does get busy. I'll send it back to you.
To avoid the lines.
You're like bringing it today, Coco. With
she is. I like the powder blue.
You got
the matching ears.
Did they give you those ears, or did you have? Is that in your?
They did. They they did give me the ears, and they match perfectly. And I'm like, I was trying to go Eastery, like some pastel.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
You nailed it.
All right.
Somebody got the memo, and she looks good, okay? Coco Macabunny. Let me tell you something. You and Coco have the best names to do any kind of wordplay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you do. Anytime when you're out in the field, I like to kind of think of something.
What's my Easter name?
Well, you could. What are those Cadbury?
Bunnies?
Bobby de Cadbury. I would call yeah, the Cadbury eggs. I'm telling you, when you do anything cars, Bobby de Castor Oil, it just goes.
There you go.
Anything with medical, Bobby de gastrointestinal. Just keep this going all day.
That's just a Monday.
It's. Is anyone else struggling? I'm like, raise your hand if you got very, very minimal sleep.
Totally.
Everything's off today.
Yeah, we are you. We're with you.
Yeah.
Let's get through this day together, shall we? Okay, entertainment sponsored by Yamava Resort and Casino. Award season. We are almost at the finish line. I would like to sign a petition to get Oscars back to February. I think we need to just end it in February.
What happened this year? Why is it not?
It's just because of the pandemic. Remember, it went from February to March. And so with Emmys in September, award season is now 6 months. So I would just like to get it back to February.
A lot.
Yeah. It's a lot. We're almost there at the Academy Awards this Sunday. But this past weekend, it was all about the writers, and it's still all about two very big films.
What freedom is? What? No fear. Go.
Love you, brother. Be careful. I will.
Okay, so last night in Manhattan, the Writers Guild took place with their awards, giving the big honors to Sinners for original screenplay, one battle after another for adapted screenplay, The Pit for drama series, and The Studio for comedy series. Jen, I feel like these are just the regulars.
This is our season.
This is our season, our shows, our films. No big surprises for this award show since all of the mentioned titles have won big throughout award season thus far. But the big question remains, Bob and Jen, who will take Best Picture next Sunday? Is it Paul Thomas Anderson's year for One Battle, or is it Ryan Coogler's time to shine for Sinners? What will take home the big?
Probably going to be One Battle.
You think One Battle?
I think so, too.
Okay.
That's where my money is.
All right, One Battle. You heard it here first. One Battle. Okay, Casa Vega has been a neighborhood and celebrity staple in Sherman Oaks for the past 70 years. And this past Saturday night, they celebrated 7 decades with their new patio expansion. It's called the Ray Vega Patio. That's Christy Vega, the owner of the restaurant.
Look at that.
I know, it's beautiful. It's a 3,000 square foot expansion of the beloved restaurant, honoring founder Rafael Ray Vega Jr., designed by Donna Berg, and is now open to the public. Lots of TLC from Ray's daughter and Casa Vega owner Christy Vega. Her father opened Casa Vega in 1956 in Sherman Oaks at the young age of 22. She made a speech on Saturday night, of course, honoring her late father, who passed away in 2021, and sharing that after much persistence, she was able to buy the building and land that the restaurant is located on after leasing it for decades. Casa Vega also recently made headlines with Hilary Duff sharing that it's one of her favorite spots. And speaking of award season, if you saw the film Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, then you definitely saw Casa Vega featured.
Quentin Tarantino, that's because it's one of his favorite spots, too.
Yeah.
In fact, he has his own booth there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
he has like
is
his
it
name.
labeled?
Yeah.
Wow.
You can find their names on the booth, like their favorite spots.
Have you sat at the Tarantino booth?
I mean, not eaten there, but I've sat there just to say I sat there.
I always want to be one of those people one day that has my own locker at a restaurant.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like a different status unlocked. I don't know what I would keep in
What's
there.
better, that or a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame?
Ooh, come on, girl. Give me that star. Give me that star.
Always.
So last hour we asked, would you use rideshare to and from LAX with an extra $6 fee? Here are the results. No, you'll find another way. Interesting.
It's the principle of the thing.
It is the principle,
Go
but
to foxla.com/vote.
no one's going to pick you up from the airport.
Excuse me.
Bob, would you not pick us
Gotta
up?
find someone who
The pick
wants
you up
you.
from the airport?
Bob,
take an Uber. That's what I say.
Jen and I went somewhere and we called you and we said, Bob, Jen and I are...
I'll call you an Uber. I'll call you an Uber.
Unbelievable.
You think you know somebody.
You really do. You really do. All right, coming up. Want to go on your last first dates? As a Hollywood matchmaker, our next guest is making genuine relationships possible with secrets from her new book.
We need to know these secrets. We discuss after the break. First, let's get to Samara. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. We've got Good Daily Traffic sponsored by law offices of Jacob and Bryan, called jacob.com. We do have a couple issues working out there at this hour. We're going to take you over to the latest accident. Unfortunately, it is on the 91 going westbound at Surface Club Drive. 3 vehicles collided here, taking away the fast lane. So it's going to be pretty much of a struggle behind that incident. And beyond that crash, you can see not a whole lot of improvement. So plan for a lot of extra time. And also back to the SIG alert that we've been keeping eyes on. An overturned vehicle off to the right shoulder, but we still have 2 lanes shut down. That SIG alert still in place for at least another half hour or so. We've got speeds down to 7 miles per hour. Keep that in mind as you're traveling. Again, westbound 134. Both directions of the 91 and La Palma. Hey, big improvements here. Looking good on this Monday morning drive. Here's a look at some other traffic hotspots.
I looked up and just ran.
Maybe we need to seek somebody who does have the expertise to be able to guide us through the process.
If you're getting to an accident,
you're in good hands by dealing with Jacob and Ryan.
Call Jacob.
And welcome back. We've got some really great weather ahead for Southern California. And taking a look at right now in Santa Monica, looking good. Good daily weather sponsored by Larry H. Parker. And we've got temperatures coming down. A quick simmer to high heat again. That's going to be the story. Today, your lunch hour going to be really nice in the 70s. The heat advisories and the high wind warnings have all lifted. And we're moving into at least the next couple of days, a brief break in between between the temperatures. Highs moving into Thursday and into Sunday, a range of 80s and 90s. Our two hottest days expected to be Thursday and Friday. No rain in the current forecast, courtesy of this area of high pressure that will eventually continue to dominate. Santa Monica yesterday hit 90 degrees. Newport Beach, a record high of 89, beat the old record of 82 degrees that was set back in 2004. And get this, our beach communities yesterday again was hotter than Palm Springs, all courtesy of the Santa Ana winds that blew through. Today, 72 degrees for downtown LA, just a few degrees warmer than average rather than the 20-degree jump above average that was just yesterday. And daylight saving, the new time, sunrise was 7:11 this morning. Sunset, you have a little bit more of sunlight and not until 7 p.m. So enjoy it. Area of low pressure, that backside of that low was what's helping to drive those offshore winds with the help of an area of high pressure. And that high pressure system will continue to build, amplify going into the middle of the weekend Thursday. And it's just going to anchor itself right there through the weekend. Here's a breakdown of the 7-day forecast. Coastal communities today, a lot better. Instead of 90s and 80s, we've got 68 degrees, but temperatures will rebound back in the mid 80s we go. Temperatures inland about 72 degrees, and numbers get hotter going into Thursday and Friday in our valleys back into the 90s. Send back over to you guys.
We've already started our counseling session.
I could talk about this all day long. Okay, when it comes to dating, it can be a minefield, I would say, especially here in Los Angeles, right? From ghosting and love bombing to dating app burnout, modern romance can feel more complicated than ever. But one Hollywood insider says finding a real connection may not be as hard as you think.
A TV writer turned celebrity matchmaker is sharing her secrets in a new book called Your Last First Date, Secrets from a Hollywood Matchmaker. Author and matchmaker J.D. Samuels-Cuba joins us this morning with advice on navigating love in today's dating world.
Oh, boy. Thank you for being here this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so you literally wrote the book on this. Wouldn't we all like to have a last first date, right? I know so many of my single friends are in this position. They're here in Los Angeles, and they're looking at the dating landscape right now, and they're feeling pretty hopeless.
It's tough out there. I think it's tough in any city, especially a major city like LA. In New York, maybe you can run into each other on the street. There's a lot of eye contact or not. But in LA, you don't even really have that option. You're in your car so much. Especially, I work with a lot of clients in the entertainment industry. A lot of people are busy. They're on set. They're traveling.
When I ask a lot of my friends who are single, and they seem like eligible, nice-looking people, successful people, you know, why are you still single? They'll say, I'm just picky. I mean, that seems to be a common thing, that they're just picky and they just can't seem to find the right person. What would your advice to be to someone who just says, you know, I'm picky and I'm looking for that perfect someone?
Sure. I always challenge people when they use the term picky, because there's smart, right? You should be selective about who your life partner is going to be. And then picky is a term that I save for clients or for friends or people who come to me and use that if they are asking for something that they themselves don't bring to the table. So let's say that you are wanting a model. Well, are you a model? You know, that type
You
of
want
thing.
someone who's in shape. Are you hitting the gym?
Exactly. Exactly. So that to me is picky, and I try to have clients expand their horizons outside of the vocabulary they're using in terms of what they're trying to find if they're not offering that themselves. Or maybe they're bringing something to the table that counterbalances it, right? That outweighs the fact that they aren't a model or they aren't hugely successful or whatever that metric is that they're looking for. But if they're just selective, I think that that's great, and that's something that I encourage. We all should be when looking for a life partner.
We've talked about this during the commercial break about the idea of love bombing, ghosting, breadcrumbing, all of these like villainous terms. But part of what you do is you're a dating coach, and you've actually worked with people who are perpetrators of this. So what have you learned? Like, why do people do some of these things?
Yeah, it was definitely a journey for me, because as a woman and someone who used to be single, you know, I would go out with men and then I would be the person, if they weren't interested in me back or I didn't hear from them or something, that I was the one vilifying and I was the one labeling. And now being the person who's coaching a lot of those men and women, you start to really gain empathy for the other side. And I think that's something that we all really need to do more out in the dating world, is just have a sense of why is someone doing what they're doing. So sitting down with someone who ghosts, for example, there's a lot of men and women who do it in an attempt to spare feelings, and they don't realize the effect that it's having. If you disappear on someone,
you're hurting them more.
You're hurting them more. But to them, they think, well, I don't want to tell someone that I wasn't attracted to them, or I felt like someone was better. Well, maybe you didn't meet someone better, you met someone better for you.
That's right.
And sharing that with someone else would actually be helpful.
Saying I don't feel a connection, that is not an indictment on the other person whatsoever. That's an indictment on it. I'm just not feeling it, as opposed to I'm just not feeling you and who you are as a person.
Exactly. And the term love bombing, I mean, I think just it's trendy to come up with all of this vocabulary, and it's great and it's funny. But at the end of the day, you know, someone who is love bombing, I find that most of those men and women who do it, and we were saying, you know, during the commercial break, it can oftentimes be the men who get caught up in their feelings, and they are just trying to sell you the world.
Do they mean it when they say it, or is it just...
They do, and that's the misconception. A lot of people think that, and I'm not saying there's not outliers, there absolutely are, but there are a lot of people who are not maliciously trying to deceive, trying to get you to be intimate with someone. It's
really quick, because we're running out of time. We could have a whole half-hour on this subject, but really quickly, for Los Angeles is such a hard dating environment, as we said. We both lived in New York. I think you have, like in New York, you have more opportune times to like meet someone randomly because there's so many people living in one space. So what would your advice be to folks that are going to wake up this morning, hit the dating world, hit the world? What would you say to them who are out there, people who are out there still looking for that right somebody?
Yeah, well, hire a matchmaker, for starters. There's great events in real life that they could go to. I mean, even in March, right now in LA, if you're single, you know, go to Sky Bar, go to their country-themed night that is going to have wristbands indicating relationship status. Go on the pickleball courts. Go to line dancing at Desert 5 Spot in Hollywood. And
they're done that.
Yeah, it's so much fun, right?
It is fun.
Wednesdays and Fridays. Like, go to different events out in the world. Go to the farmers markets. Go online. You don't know where the person is trying to find you. So be available, be findable in as many places as possible.
Thank you. Gosh, your wealth of information. Okay. And also read your book. So your last first date, Secrets from a Hollywood Matchmaker, available now. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you.
Great.
Yeah.
You got to continue to put yourself out there, right?
No matter what, you do.
Right.
Well, good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Can we say that?
Oh, we're feeling tired,
The time
right?
change
Like everybody.
It's a struggle this morning. Welcome to 9 a.m. I'm Roxy Carpadian.
And I'm Sandra Enda. Thanks for joining us. Let's take a look at today's headlines.
So we're learning more about the woman accused of shooting at a home belonging to Rihanna and A$AP Rocky, what we know about it this hour.
Plus, travel trouble across the country as the partial government shutdown lingers on. What this means for spring breakers amid growing TSA staffing issues.
And Timothée Chalamet, not at the ballet. He isn't the only actor, though, getting some flack for his comments about some topics. Another award-winning actor is upsetting the cat community. I'm going to explain. But first, let's check in with our lovely lady in, it's like banana cream, huh?
Oh, well, yeah. I think I nailed it. Good morning, Amanda. Good morning, everyone. Hey, we've got more sunshine on the way for Southern California. I've got good news. I know it was a hot and windy weekend, but you can see here our current wind conditions, calm to light winds at best. And with the winds slowly diminishing, it's also helping to reduce our daytime high. So it's going to be a beautiful afternoon, not going to be as hot as yesterday. Current temperatures, not too bad either. 58 degrees in Woodland Hills, 56 in Corona under mostly clear conditions, and highs today, sunshine, dry, numbers 68 degrees, nice and mild for the coast, and temperatures just a range of 70s, pushing about 74 degrees for areas like Woodland Hills and the Inland Empire communities. Mountain spots, winds, as I mentioned, have backed down, and we're going to keep numbers right around 57 degrees. It will still be a little breezy across some of our desert areas, and heading over to Palm Springs today, about 79 degrees. We get a nice little break in between the heat. Today, tomorrow looks good. And yes, we're looking at temperatures soaring once again later this week. A breakdown of all that coming up. Send back over to you.
All right, thank you, Samara. Breaking this morning, police have identified the woman who allegedly shot at Rihanna's home in Beverly Crest.
The singer was reportedly home when that gunfire broke out. Gigi Graciette is live in Beverly Crest with all the details. Gigi.
That's right. The LAPD has identified the suspect as 35-year-old Ivana Lisette Ortiz. She's originally from Florida. She has been booked on attempted murder, and her bail set at over $10 million. Now, we're live in front of Rihanna and A$AP Rocky's Beverly Crest home. You can see the white gate there, and you may be able to make out that white tape. It is actually covering up 5 gunshot holes, and these were just 5 of the gunshots, the bullets fired yesterday.
Close vehicles, a white Tesla, as you went down on Coldwater. 10 gunshots fired from the vehicle at the gate code 3.
The shooting happened just after 1:20 Sunday afternoon in this normally quiet neighborhood near Coldwater Canyon. People who heard the shooting and later saw the suspect telling police it was a nonstop barrage of bullets coming from a white Tesla. Behind the wheel, they said, a woman with blonde hair and braids. LAPD's air unit quickly spotting the Tesla and following it all the way to the Sherman Oaks Galleria on Sepulveda and Ventura Boulevard, where she turned into the parking area, and that's where police arrested her. Neighbors described what they heard yesterday, many saying they even ducked down inside their own homes, not knowing where the gunfire was coming from.
Bam, 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 like probably 10 shots. It was scary, but, you know, I can't imagine being in the house because you're hearing the bullets hitting and that sort of stuff. I have no idea what it could have been, although I know it was just jarring, very jarring in the middle of a nice Sunday afternoon.
Now, Rihanna was reportedly home at the time. It's unknown if A$AP Rocky and their 3 children were also here. Police did confirm they found an assault-style rifle inside the Tesla that Ortiz was driving and bringing it back here live. Again, you're looking at the gate outside of Rihanna and A$AP Rocky's home. They have put up white tape to cover at least 5 bullet holes that we saw. And if you're just joining us here on Good Day LA, the LAPD has now identified the suspect, the woman accused of shooting up this house, is 35-year-old Ivana Lisette Ortiz. She's originally from Florida. Police tell me they're working to try and determine if she drove here just for this or if she was actually living in Los Angeles. What, if any, connection she has to the singers is unclear this morning. She is behind bars. Her bail set at $10,225,000. I'm Gigi Graciette from Beverly Crest. I'll send it back to you.
Wow.
Wow. All right, Gigi, thank you. You know what? And that's not the only celebrity's home hit over the weekend. Police are searching for 2 burglary suspects after a break-in connected to the home of fashion designer Rachel Zoe. LAPD saying that officers responded to a burglary call just after 1 a.m. on Sunday, but the suspects had already fled. One eventually arrested and booked on burglary charges. TMZ reporting Zoe was in Vegas when all of this happened and no one was inside of the home. Right now, let's get the very latest in the developments from the war in the Middle East.
There's a new supreme leader in Iran. Clerics selected Mojtaba Khamenei, the son of the previous leader, Ali Khamenei, who was killed during the first week of Operation Epic Fury. Meanwhile, Israeli forces are stepping up their campaign in Lebanon against Iranian-backed Hezbollah. Fighter jets are bombarding the southern outskirts of Beirut as Israeli forces on the ground advance in southern Lebanon. A ballistic missile launched from Iran entered Turkish airspace and was shot down by NATO defenses. And we learned of the 7th American service member to be killed in the war. That attack happened last week in Saudi Arabia. Some Iranians took to the streets to celebrate the announcement of their new supreme leader. He is seen as even more hardline than his father, and there is much anticipation as to how the U.S. will respond. President Trump has warned that choosing the son of the slain Ayatollah would be, quote, unacceptable.
The bodies of 6 American service members killed by an Iranian drone strike in Kuwait back home now. The president and vice president saluted the flag-draped caskets during the dignified transfer ceremony, that is, at Dover Air Force Base in Delaware. The president calling them great heroes. He also said, quote, the deaths are a very sad situation.
And let's take a look at how Wall Street is reacting to the latest news from the Middle East. You see right there, we're in the red, down 407 points at this hour. Again, a live look at the big board, and these numbers will fluctuate depending on the news coming out of the Mideast.
All right, let's take a look at the gas prices, right? The war is really spiking those prices. According to AAA, the state average is $5.20 a gallon for regular unleaded. The LA metro area drivers are paying more than that, $5.25 a gallon. Orange County gas, $5.24. San Bernardino, $5.14. The drivers in Ventura are paying $5.19 for regular. Happening today, the Senate expected to vote on another funding bill for the Department of Homeland Security. This comes after Friday's blocked vote.
The ongoing partial government shutdown isn't just impacting DHS, though, but airports, too, causing major headaches nationwide. So take a look. Long security lines are seen across major hubs like Houston, New Orleans, and Atlanta, with wait times stretching up to 3 hours, leading to missed flights and travel day delays. At issue, staffing shortages brought on by workers calling out since they're not getting paid amid the shutdown.
Passengers, how many delays is it? How many flight attendants are being impacted by this because of their flights either being delayed or being canceled out? That means they're not getting paid. If you're not sitting behind the controls as a pilot, you're not getting the paycheck.
The Trump administration and the Department of Homeland Security are pointing fingers at Democrats, saying this is a result of their refusal to fund DHS. Meanwhile, Democrats remain firm on their demands for better constraints on ICE.
A new survey says that LA's minimum wage law for tourism workers may already be hitting hotel payrolls. The Los Angeles Hotel Association has surveyed 92 hotels. The group found about 6% of jobs have been eliminated since the wage ordinance went into effect last September. Nearly 2/3 of hotels say the plan to reduce staff hours this year, and the city's plan gradually raises the minimum wage for hotel and airport workers to $30 an hour by 2028, just in time for the LA Olympics. Labor leaders dispute the survey findings. They say the industry is still rebounding and higher wages help stabilize the workforce.
Developing this morning, President Trump is putting new pressure on lawmakers to pass the so-called Save America Act. The president took to social media over the weekend to announce that he will not sign other bills until the measure reaches his desk. The proposal would require all voters to show voter ID and proof of citizenship citizenship, ban most mail-in voting, and include restrictions on transgender Americans and gender-affirming care for minors. It's important to note if the president does not sign a bill within 10 days of receiving it from Congress, it automatically becomes law if Congress is in session. But if Congress adjourns, the bill dies.
In the meantime, the New York Times is pushing back in a hearing last week over the Pentagon's restrictions on press access. During a hearing last week, the Times attorney urged a U.S. district judge to put a stop to rules that require credentialed journalists to only report information authorized by the government or lose their press pass. The Defense Department argues the rule protects national security, but Times attorneys argue that the rule was created to silence the media.
A key FDA official is stepping down next month. Vinay Prasad is leaving his post for the second time after several controversial decisions. He briefly left the position in July after receiving backlash over his regulatory actions, but returned 2 weeks later. Prasad oversees biotech treatments and vaccines. His ousting follows widespread criticism. Companies accuse the FDA of reversing previous guidances on vaccines, gene therapies, and biotech drugs, calling for new trials of products previously green-lighted by regulators. Prasad is expected to return to his academic job at UC San Francisco.
All right, coming up, Amanda's got your entertainment headlines after the break, including the actress facing backlash for her comments about cats and love.
But first, to check out traffic.
And Good Day Late Traffic is brought to you by DTLE Law Group, accident and injury attorneys. We do have a couple issues working out there at this moment. Signal alerts, and we brought this to you earlier. Westbound side of the 134, overturned vehicle just off of the right shoulder at Figueroa Street. They have extended the signal alert for a couple of lanes for at least another half hour. It continues to be a struggle behind that crash, so make sure you plan accordingly. And your drive times through the downtown LA area, not too bad, just over half an hour leaving downtown to get to Santa Monica, northbound 110 from the 405, just under a half an hour there. A live Caltrans camera look. It's going to be the 210, both directions at Haven, looking pretty good at this hour. Here's a look at some other traffic hotspots.
This broadcast is locally sponsored by DTLA Law Group, auto accident and injury attorneys. Have an injury? Text Injury Help to 40222 or visit us online at calldowntown.com. Message and data rates and usage may apply.
Hi.
Good morning.
Hi, ladies.
How are you?
Wow, talk about a manic Monday, huh?
Yes, truly.
And Mercury's in retrograde. Anyway, entertainment is sponsored by Yamava Resort and Casino. A new Pixar movie hopped to the top of the box office this past weekend. Sandra saw it.
Hey, how you doing, girl? What's up? What's up? I'm here to find my bird. Nice feathers. Are we vibing? Is this branch taken?
I understand you.
Together? Single? Ladies, so what you doing later?
So funny and fun. The animated film Hoppers hopping to numero uno at the weekend box office, bringing in about $46 million domestically and $88 million globally. For this past weekend, the Pixar comedy features voices from Jon Hamm, Meryl Streep, and Dave Franco. Scream 7 dropped to second place, and Maggie Gyllenhaal's horror romance, The Bride, came in third place. Sandra, what's your review?
Loved it. It was so cute, very well done, and like you mentioned, it was good because there's themes for kids and for adults too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Pixar is always known for its messaging, and each movie has a different message. But I felt that this message, there's a few of them. So which one did you pick up?
I mean, for me, it was the generational love that's depicted in this. And also just, you know, being one with nature, because that's something, you know, we embrace as a family and culturally as well. So there were so many.
I know. This one had a few.
Pick, but yeah, it's very cute.
Now, the toughest critic in your life, did your son like it?
He loved it.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it was for his birthday, so we went and celebrated and watched a movie. It was so cute.
So mom enjoyed, kid approved.
Yeah.
Win-win.
Pixar always does it that way, though.
It does.
Yeah.
Speaking of animals, if you really liked a guy and his animal didn't like you, could that cause some drama?
Yes.
Well, Jessie Buckley, you know, she's feline. Like maybe she stepped in a litter box and is now backtracking on a claim in a recent interview that she doesn't like cats.
Are you dogs or cats? Where are you guys?
Dog.
Dog. You said it was such like, I mean, I'm with you, but like.
I don't like cats.
Well, she goes on to say that she was dating her now husband, and she came home one day and his pedigree model cat had pooped all over her pillow. And she told her husband, her now husband, it's me or the cats.
Oh my God.
So what happened?
Well, they're married.
So
she got rid of the cat?
Yeah, so Jessie, you know, she's the favorite to win Best Actress for her role in Hamnet, but she's getting some backlash after revealing that she only agreed to move in with her husband if he did rehome those two cats. That was a resurfaced clip, though, from a November 2025 Happy, Sad, Confused podcast interview. She did go on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon last Friday night, though, to clarify that she doesn't hate cats. She said, in fact, she's a lover of cats, but she felt that the cats were making her life difficult.
Maybe they were jealous of her because she's moving in.
Yeah.
You know, they're very territorial.
Yeah, territorial.
And they ended up moving out.
Yeah.
So,
they didn't win that battle.
But a lot of people were not much too pleased with that. So they were expressing some.
It's one thing if you're allergic and you're like, oh, I don't like cats.
I'm allergic.
Me too.
You are too.
Yeah, but they're very cute.
All three of us.
I am. But I will tell you, I am scared of cats, actually.
You're scared of cats?
Yeah, like if there was a cat in this room, I would, because they come at you and you don't know, right? Which is really funny because I think I have a cat-like personality.
Yeah.
Like, I will come to you on my terms when I feel like it, right?
Right, and just slap you out of nowhere sometimes.
Yeah, something like that.
I'm a dog.
The unpredictability makes me nervous.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
You don't like a taste of your own medicine.
Right. Yeah. The irony. I know.
That's funny. That's
all right. Well, coming up, your Ubers to the airport may soon cost you more. Details on the proposal being raised to the LA Board of Airport Commissioners. We'll tell you about that.
And welcome back. Good Day LA weather sponsored by Pechanga Resort and Casino. We've got you covered weather-wise, and things are looking much better today. And taking a look at our weather headlines, a quick simmer down for just a brief period. So today is going to be a whole lot better than yesterday, where if you recall, temperatures were in the 80s and 90s, and it was gusty. Winds were a big issue on Saturday. But now we're going to be looking forward to less winds and nicer temperatures. Mostly going to be in the 70s today. Tomorrow look great, but then beginning late Wednesday and really Thursday and Friday going to be our hottest days, and even moving into this weekend, we'll be back into the 80s and 90s. So a brief break in between the heat. No rain in the current 7-day forecast. Temperatures for the downtown LA area, we're looking for highs right around 72 degrees. Big improvements from yesterday, which was a 20-degree jump above normal. Now we're just a few degrees above average. Daylight saving began yesterday. Sunrise now, 7:11 this morning, and sunset not until just before 7 p.m. So we have a little bit extra daylight for you. Area of low pressure, getting the backside of that low, brought us the strong winds with some support, and now that area of low pressure is moving in. A little bit more of a sea breeze going into tomorrow, so temperatures are going to be just a couple degrees cooler than today. And then we have this area of high pressure that's going to build in, continue to amplify, and just get anchored over much of Southern California, giving us the offshore conditions. Temperatures, we've got 70s on the way, 80s are back in the forecast. Inland communities, about 72 degrees today, and then moving up the dial to nearing 90s once again. Our valley communities right around 74 degrees today, and then 90s are going to come back around the corner. And our mountain communities, 57 degrees, winds have backed off. That's some good news. And temperatures across our high desert, 72 degrees, sunshine, numbers get pretty hot. And if you think the last couple of days were hot, moving forward, Palm Springs, we're moving up to potentially triple-digit heat. Send back over to you, ladies.
Simona, thank you. Getting to the airport could soon cost a lot more for rideshare users. So the LA Board of Airport Commissioners will meet tomorrow. They will discuss a proposal that would raise rideshare fees for services like Uber and Lyft at LAX. The plan would introduce a $6 base access fee for commercial vehicles entering LAX, with another $6 charge for pickups or drop-offs at the terminal curbs. That could bring the total to $12 per trip, which is a 140% increase for current fees. Yeah. Airport leaders say the change would help manage congestion and fund major upgrades, including the airport's long-awaited automated people mover. That leads us to the poll question of the day. Would $6 rideshare fee change your LAX travel plans? Let's see. Here are the results. 78% of you say no, I'll find another way. And then we're split 11-11 on yes, worth it, not to drive, or depends on the trip.
That is crazy. The people mover went way beyond budget, and now we're going to be footing the bill.
Yeah.
And there's no other option now because it's not even working.
Yeah.
So you have to ride share.
Yeah. But I don't think you should marry someone unless they picked you up from LAX at least once. That is a love language. Yeah, that's a love language.
Okay, Amanda's rules.
Yeah.
On marriage.
And let me just say, passed. Yeah. But you know, if it's a work trip, then you can maybe hopefully get it expensed. So, and then if it's your spouse or lover, they have to. It's for better or worse.
Yeah, that's right.
For better or worse. That should be included in the vows. Yeah. Are you willing to go and pick me up from LAX?
That's right.
Good morning. Welcome to 9:30 on this Monday morning. I'm Roxy Carapadian.
And I'm Sandra Endo. Let's take a look at today's headlines. A woman accused of shooting at Rihanna and A$AP Rocky's home in Beverly Crest. What investigators are revealing this morning.
Plus, Iran announces its next supreme leader as the war in the Middle East enters day 10. How the country is keeping the power within the Khamenei family.
And let's hear it for the Lady Bruins. The UCLA women's basketball team celebrating their back-to-back Big Ten win. But first, a check on weather.
Good morning, ladies, and good morning to everyone. We've got some really great looking weather ahead. Temperatures are going to be cooling off a little bit more to your liking. Instead of the 80s and 90s that we got yesterday and those gusty winds, everything is calming down. We've got 6 degrees in the Burbank area, 59 degrees currently in Ontario under mostly clear conditions, and we're going to bring in, yes, more sunshine, temperatures ranging in the 70s. So really nice lunch hour for you, 74 degrees for Woodland Hills. Out towards our mountain communities, we're looking forward to highs at 57 degrees. It will be a little breezy across some of our mountains, but not as windy as it has been. All the alerts that were in place yesterday, from high wind warnings and wind advisories and heat advisories, all that has lifted. Moving forward, 70s on tap going into Palm Springs. We get a nice little break today, tomorrow. But guess what? The heat, it's expected to return later this week. More details in 7-day forecast coming up. Meantime, back to you, ladies.
All right, Samana, thank you. Breaking news this morning. Police have identified the woman who allegedly opened fire at singer Rihanna's mansion in Beverly Crest.
So she wasn't home when the gunfire broke out. Gigi Gracia live for us in Beverly Crest with more on the story. Gigi.
That's right. This morning, the LAPD identified the woman they have under arrest and have charged with attempted murder as 35-year-old Ivana Lisette Ortiz. Now, we've learned she is originally from Florida, and detectives are working to try and determine if she was living here or if she actually drove from Florida to carry out the shooting. Now, we're in front of Rihanna and A$AP Rocky's home here in the Beverly Crest neighborhood. This is just off of Coldwater Canyon. You can see that white gate there blocking the entrance to the house, and you may be able to make out that white tape that has actually been put up to cover 5 bullet holes in the gate. And keep in mind that there were many more shots actually fired.
The Tesla is northbound on Coldwater. 10 gunshots fired from the vehicle at the gate.
The shooting happened just after 1:20 Sunday afternoon in this normally quiet neighborhood. People who heard the shooting and later saw the suspect telling police it was a nonstop barrage of bullets coming from a white Tesla. Behind the wheel, they said, a woman with blonde hair and braids. LAPD's air unit quickly spotting the Tesla and following it all the way to the Sherman Oaks Galleria on Sepulveda and Ventura Boulevard, where Ortiz reportedly turned into the parking area, and that's where police arrested her. Neighbors described what they heard yesterday, many telling us they even ducked down, not knowing where the gunfire was coming from.
Loud, and everything echoes in this valley, so you can hear everything. A shot, it's not something you expect.
My first thought was, really? Because, again, given the neighborhood, you don't usually expect for there to be drive-by shootings in a place like this, but they're everywhere now.
Now, detectives aren't saying much, but Rihanna was reportedly home at the time of the shooting. It's unclear if ASAP Rocky and their 3 children were also here, but most likely they were. Police have confirmed they did find an assault-style rifle inside the Tesla that Ortiz was driving. And bringing it back here live, again, you're looking at that white tape on the fence there, covering up 5 bullet holes. If you're just joining Good Day LA, 35-year-old Ivana Lisette Ortiz behind bars this morning. She's been charged with attempted murder for the shooting that happened right here outside of Rihanna and ASAP Rocky's home. Her bail set at $10,225,000. It's unclear what, if any, connection she has to the singers. Reporting live this morning, I'm Gigi Graciette. I'll send it back to you.
Such a strange story. Lucky no one got hurt, though. That's for sure. All right, Gigi, thank you. Let's take a look at the recent headlines in the war in the Middle East. Turkey says a second Iranian missile fired into its airspace was shot down by NATO defense systems. Some debris did land in southern Turkey, but no one was hurt. If Turkey were attacked directly, it could trigger NATO response and potentially pull more countries into the conflict.
At the same time, Israel says it launched a new wave of large-scale strikes inside Iran. Targets include missile launch sites, weapons facilities, and military headquarters in cities like Tehran. It's also expanding operations in southern Lebanon against Hezbollah, the terrorist group backed by Iran.
Meanwhile, oil prices are barreling towards all-time highs. Here in Southern California, gas prices jumped over 50 cents a gallon in the past week. AAA saying that the average price of gas in California now around $5.20 a gallon, with some stations pushing closer to $8. And as the war enters day 10, a new supreme leader is named in Iran.
Brooke Thomas is here with the latest. Hi there.
Yeah, lots to talk about here. For one, the president this morning says he is, quote, not happy. He spoke to the Post this morning on the phone while at one of his golf clubs in Florida, expressing his displeasure with Iran's new leader. Okay, so Mujtaba Khomeini was appointed yesterday. He is the 56-year-old son of the recently killed supreme leader. President Trump said the new leader is not going to last long and previously called him a lightweight. He, though, has long been considered a behind-the-scenes power inside the Iranian government. He has close ties to Iran's Revolutionary Guard and the country's security leadership. Experts say his main priority will likely be maintaining the status quo and control of the government while continuing Iran's military posture during the war. And while the president was openly unhappy with the new leadership decision, New York Post reporters noted he did not repeat his earlier threat to kill any successor who was put in power without his input. Also interesting here, you know, the Iranian regime has historically been ideologically against any sort of dynasty, positioning itself really as the complete opposite, an alternative to the monarchy it replaced in '79. So you wonder if you will start to see cracks in the regime. There has to be some sort of major conflict internally at this point.
Well, the way the Islamic Republic has been set up is that it goes far beyond just one leader, right? It's about the ideology for it to last. Like, that has been the setup for it. But we're waiting to hear from him. He's supposed to speak today. Interesting to hear what he has to say. We do know, of course, obviously his father was killed, as was his mother and his wife in the attacks.
Very interesting, though, to kind of publicly have this ideology that says we are absolutely against the handing off to someone's son, or you were born with this power only to do something that looks just like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see what they say out of there. Okay, thank you so much, Brooke. It may be a little harder to get the best possible deal at Walmart now. That's because the chain just announced it's expanding its digital price tag system. All U.S. stores are expected to have them in about a year, and a lot of Walmart stores already have those digital tags, and they've been getting mixed reviews from customers. Many customers worry the stores could be changing prices before they even get to the checkout lane, but Walmart says prices would only change once early in the morning. Insiders say that happens around 5 or 6 a.m.
Big congratulations to UCLA, the women's basketball team back back-to-back Big Ten tournament champions. That's right, the title game of the women's Big Ten tournament took place in Indianapolis yesterday. Top seed UCLA taking on Iowa. The defending Big Ten champs got off a hot start. UCLA led 42-20 at halftime. They stretched the lead to 29 at the end of the third. The Bruins go on to dominate Iowa by 51, and then final score here, winning 96-45.
I expected this, so I am joyful and full of gratitude, humbly wanting to thank all the people in this program and the university that support us to pursue this level of excellence. And so I just want to say thank you to the incredible players that really fulfilled their mission and stayed committed to the hard character qualities that we knew we needed to make this kind of run. But at the same time, we're going to enjoy it because we know we have another day coming up to earn another 1-0, and that's really what we're going to do next.
It was the largest margin of victory over a team ranked in the AP Top 10 during the NCAA era.
And if you can't get enough of our Lady Bruins, you can check out their brand new documentary called UCLA.
UCLA putting the hammer down.
And the Bruins knock off the #1 team in the nation.
Urgency! Let's go!
The film highlights UCLA women's basketball historic 2024-25 Final Four run, featuring head coach Corey Close and star players like Lauren Betts, Kiki Rice, and Gabriela Joaquez. You can watch it right now on foxsports.com or the Fox Sports YouTube channel. All right, if there's anything we've learned from Olympic figure skater Alyssa Liu, it's to expect the unexpected, right?
Yes, this time the gold medalist is withdrawing from the World Figure Skating Championship. The 20-year-old California native made history just weeks ago, of course, winning not one but 2 Olympic golds in the team. Liu is now expected to take time off after a long and successful season. And by the way, Alyssa Liu won a gold world title in the women's singles at last year's World Championships. She took to social media yesterday saying in part, quote, "I will be cheering everyone on from afar. See y'all next season." The World Championships begin March 24th in Prague.
All right, in World Baseball Classic news, Team USA is cruising through pool play, winning both of their matchups so far very easily. Mariners' Cal Riley and Gabe Speier have helped the Americans beat Brazil and Great Britain by a combined 24 runs to 5. Later today at Daikin Park in Houston, Texas, Paul Skeens is scheduled to start for the U.S. as they face off against Mexico. And with the win this afternoon, the U.S. can secure themselves a spot in the quarterfinals. Again, the World Baseball Classic continues tonight as Team USA takes on Mexico. You can watch all the action right here on Fox 11. Our coverage starts at 5 o'clock this evening.
Easter is still weeks away, but it's not too early to start celebrating.
That's right. Coco McAvoy live in Orange at the Easter Egg Extravaganza.
Hey there, we are here at Irvine Park Railroad. The Easter Bunny is here. The kids are here too. They're excited. This is one of the main attractions, the train ride. I actually took it myself to really get a feel for it. And I'm here with Dennis now, who is the supervising engineer. So this is really quite the experience.
It is. Folks, welcome to the Irvine Park Railroad. We got the train rolling out, the Easter Bunny's on board, and all these wonderful people that are coming out to join our Easter Extravaganza today.
And tell us about what the Easter Extravaganza has to offer.
Well, we've got not only the train ride, we've got a hay wagon ride that'll take you out to the east end of the park, all the way out to Coyote Corner. Now, we've got carnival games, we've got cookie decorating, we have Easter egg hunts, we've got some amazing face painters, all kinds of fun games for the kids. It's a great time to come out.
Yes, and really, the time to come out, a lot of times it's recommended weekdays.
Yes, it is, because weekdays, not as busy. We open at 10 a.m., we're open till 6 p.m., and you'll have all the activities for you during the week. But if you come on the weekend, will open at 8 a.m. and you want to get here early because, boy, it gets busy for the weekend.
Yes. Thank you so much, Dennis, for speaking to us. Always great talking to you, and always a great experience here at Irvine Park Railroad as well. The Easter extravaganza is underway, so this will run until April 4th, which gives you some time to really plan and make sure that you have those Easter outfits ready for the picture with the Easter Bunny for your kids. And then, like Dennis said, open 10 o'clock till 6 o'clock weekdays and 8 a.m. till 6 o'clock for the weekends. I'll send it back to you.
He's got a great voice,
like
right?
a true conductor.
Yeah.
That's right. One of the best.
Very cute out there. All right, Coco, thank you.
The 2026 LA Marathon ends with a dramatic photo finish. Kenyan Michael Kamau led for most of Sunday's marathon, but with the finish line in sight, oh my gosh. What? Oh my gosh, I can't get over that.
I know, I watched this clip so many times.
American Nathan Martin turned on the jets, chased down Kamau. That's right, he broke that tape first. Race officials say Martin's margin of victory was less than 1 second. In all, about 27,000 runners of all shapes and sizes and skill levels hit the streets of LA. The course stretched 26.2 miles from Dodger Stadium to Century City. Because of higher than usual temperatures, organizers announced runners only needed to complete 18 miles of the course to receive a finisher's medal. How's he feeling?
Heartbreaking.
You just, even if you think you got it, you got to just push.
Right, especially through the finish line.
Wow.
Yeah. Want to break that ribbon. All right, coming up, a new adventure now available for young readers to dive into.
That's right. After the break, Lauren Sanchez-Beza is joining us in studio to talk about her new children's book, The Fly Who Flew Under the Sea.
And welcome back. We've got you covered weather-wise. Some good news ahead. We quickly simmered down off of yesterday's high temperatures. It was 80s, 90s. The winds were really blowing through. Today, we're going to calm everything back down, nice in the 70s, a gorgeous afternoon. Then we get hot again going into Thursday and Friday are two hottest days of this upcoming week. Temperatures remain above normal all the way through the weekend. Anticipate 80s and more 90s then. No rain in the extended forecast. We are dry. Just looking back at just yesterday alone, Santa Monica hit a high of 90 degrees. Newport Beach, a new record for the day of 89, beat the old record of 82 degrees that was set back in 2004. And our beach communities hotter than our desert. Temperatures in Palm Springs only 88 degrees, all courtesy of the Santa Ana winds brought on by the backside of this area of low pressure. High pressure then is going to build in, so we're going to build on that heat going into, as I mentioned, the later part of this week. Breaking down our 7-day forecast, coastal communities a whole lot better, nearing 70s instead of 90s that we got yesterday. Temperatures will get a nice little boost going into the later part of this upcoming week. Monday, today, 72 degrees. Temperatures will eventually get nearing 90s once again, and our interior valley is one of the hot spots. We're looking at numbers back into 92, maybe even hotter than that. We've got numbers across our mountain communities at 57 degrees with a lot of sunshine. Winds back down, still a little breezy for our high desert communities at 72 degrees. Temperatures getting a little hotter each and every day going into Thursday. And if you're heading into our Coachella Valley area, we're talking about Palm Springs nearing 80s today, and then a nice little boost in temperatures, and we are set to fly into the triple digits. Speaking of flying,
yeah, we're gonna fly with our fly girl over here. We're talking about our next guest. That's right, taking young readers on an underwater adventure while encouraging them to embrace what makes them unique.
The Fly Who Flew Under the Sea is the latest chapter in the best-selling series that also highlights ocean exploration and the power of curiosity. Joining us now is New York Times best-selling author and friend of the show. Of course, you know her, Lauren Sanchez-Bezos. Welcome back.
Thank you. I feel like I should be reading the news. Like nothing has changed and everything has changed, if that makes sense.
You can introduce yourself.
I know. I'm coming up next. Back to you, Bob. No, I'm super excited to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Congratulations.
Yes.
This is so great.
My second book, The Fly Who Flew Under the Sea. You know, the first book was really, I think I talked about it last time, really started because of a disaster in the cockpit. And when I say a disaster, I was flying my kids around. A fly got stuck in the cockpit, and we couldn't get this fly out, obviously. Anyway, we started talking about all the places this fly would come back and, you know, see, and then come back to his family and tell him about. And my kids were like, why don't you write a children's book? I thought about it for a really long time, and then I did it.
And now the second one, what inspired for the Flint to go under the sea?
Well, you guys know we have this fund called the Bezos Earth Fund, and it's a huge commitment to Earth, Jeff and myself. And some of the conservationists there were saying that we know more about the surface of Mars than we do about the bottom of the ocean. And so I said, that's where Flynn's going next. It's going to take kids on this underwater ocean adventure. And, you know, that's really important for me, for kids. I think if they start loving the ocean, they become adults who protect it. And so that was a really big part of writing this book. The other thing is I learned a lot while writing a children's book. And one is that when a parent reads to a child, it is so important. You release this hormone called oxytocin. It's a bonding hormone. You release it and your child releases it. And so you're actually connecting on a biological level. So all you parents out there, grab a book, read it to your kid. It takes 6 to 10 minutes. It's so important, and it also reduces cortisol levels in moms.
It's not only bonding, it's helping them grow, just mature their brains and their articulation.
It is so good. Get off the phones.
Vocabulary.
Get off the phones. All you parents out there, read a book, grab a children's book, read it to them. It's so important. And this book is really important to me as well because it's about learning differences. Flynn is dyslexic, she's ADHD, and in this story, she's so excited to go to a rocket launch. She's like thrilled, and she gets to a fork in the road and says Cape Coral or Cape Canaveral. She ends up in Cape Coral. and she's frustrated, but that mistake leads her to this incredible underwater adventure. And it is so fun. And there's, for all you kids out there, if you're watching with your parents, there's glow-in-the-dark pages.
Yes,
So
I love
if you
that.
read to your kids at night, the pages light up. It's really, really means a lot, this book.
I love that you're talking about the ocean, because we have to protect our oceans, and so many times kids are afraid of oceans, right? Because of the waves, and they don't know what's down there.
Can't see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've explored space and the ocean. You dive as well.
Yes, I dive as well.
Yes. Is there a particular place you love to dive, and what have you seen?
I've been all over the world. Palau is my favorite place to dive. I did a documentary there, and we got to go dive in Palau. But a crazy story I have is, like, it was my third dive. I'm with my son, Nico. We got our license at the same time. And I see a shark for the first time.
Oh, my gosh.
What kind of shark?
I don't even remember.
You just knew
All I know it was a shark,
Yeah, it had
and
a fin.
it scared me, and it was like this. I don't know how big it was. To me, it seemed like it was as big as this newsroom.
Right.
I had a full-blown panic attack under the water. I started scurrying, like I freaked out, and the instructor grabbed me and was just like, calm down. Like, they're here, they're not gonna hurt you.
It's their environment.
And it taught me a lesson. Just, you know, things can scare you, be super calm, observe.
So you talk about the importance of reading, obviously. Even when women are pregnant, they say read to your child, right? So how do you think Flynn is helping encouraging kids to read?
Because I think that kids sometimes, they look at it reading and it scares them, and they see Flynn and she makes mistakes and she has a learning difference, and it's okay if you learn differently. And I think that'll calm their nervous system, is that some kid is going to read faster, this kid might read slower, but it doesn't matter. Just stay curious, and life is going to work out for you.
I remember as a kid when they would call on you to read in class out loud. It was the worst feeling ever, right? So talk a little bit about more impact reading, right?
Well,
you're working with them.
Yes, I'm very excited about that. But just on reading, like reading out loud, I remember being in school. I was dyslexic. I couldn't read. How I did the news years later, I have no idea. But I just kind of took a step back, and, you know, it scared me, and that's what this is all about, helping kids, like, step forward. And with impact reading, look at all of these kids.
I know.
Do you guys remember getting the Impact Scholastic and being able to pick books?
Oh, right.
Yes.
This book is on there because we want to get this in the hands of all the kids.
Oh, great. Okay, so keep an eye out for that.
And much more to come, right?
Yes.
Can you tease anything?
Well, let's say Flynn might be going to the moon.
Oh, okay, might
Soon.
be.
Yes.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, very excited about that.
Okay, I know you haven't been there yet.
No, I have not been there, but I would go. Blue Origin is going there this year, so it's very exciting. Space exploration is so important, and that's why my first book really got kids into space exploration. Hopefully this book will get kids really interested in the ocean.
Well, I said because if anyone's going, it's you.
Yes.
So stay tuned.
I want to go. I want to go.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thanks so much for having me.
Pick
Thanks for
up
having
a copy, The Fly Who Flew Under the Sea, wherever you get your books. Thank you.
This is
And it's
so
in
cute.
Spanish as well, we should say. See?
And I love the illustrations.
It's so
good. And like it's
And they
so
glow in the
fun.
dark.
Look at this. That's Captain Coral.